Today we are back in the reserve in Frisco, Colorado, and behind me we have probably the best cabin that's available for sale right now in the reserve. And one of the coolest things is that it is on the biggest lot in the reserve with incredible mountain views and so much more. It's a 4-bed, 5-bath, just over 3,000 square feet. And then here we go, guys. So we've got this beautiful log fascia, and as you can see, my truck's parked right here. So you got tons of room for parking, so you can fit multiple vehicles, about 4 on this driveway here, and then you can fit 2 more inside of the garage with room for toys, which is really nice. As you can see, we've got beautiful landscaping with an irrigation system already built in, so you can set that up how you like. One of the coolest things about this lot specifically is just down the road behind Stephanie here, we have access to the Frisco bike path that will also connect to the Summit County recreation path, take you all over Summit County. Beautiful views of Mount Wichita, insane views of Mount Royal, surrounded by aspens and pine trees. This lot is so sick. Let's go inside and check out what else we have. Check out this wood burning fireplace. We'll see more of that in just a second. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Deborah Shoop for allowing us to tour this beautiful log cabin for you guys today here. And so we walk up, we've got very spacious deck, maybe a little breakfast nook or afternoon nook. I think because it's facing south-southwest, this is where I'd be hanging out in the afternoon to get a little bit of afternoon sun. And then you've got this beautiful entrance coming in with this gorgeous, almost looks like reclaimed wood for the front door. And then as big as this cabin is, it feels like home. A lot of these homes in Summit County, especially ones on the bigger side, tend to just get really big and lose that home feel. Not here. Here you got all the space that you need, but it still feels cozy, just like home. Let's pop the shoes off here. And let's walk in to the kitchen area. Leaning into the outdoor space has got to be my favorite. And so we've got beautiful granite countertops here, wood throughout, obviously, in the log cabin, stainless steel appliances, and then we've got this dynamic cooking systems, 4-burner stove with a griddle. Haven't seen that before, and it looks just absolutely incredible. Stainless steel has been nicely kept. And then you can see here, we've got a deep pocket for this window, exposing views over towards Tenderfoot, Grays and Torreys. Absolutely insane. Here is one of 5 decks that you have on this house. So this is a great little breakfast spot that we can check out, or a little grilling spot. So step out here and look, nice little cozy. You do have your neighbors right there, but you're not really looking at them as their outdoor patios are kind of situated away from you, and you've got pine and aspen kind of separating that space. And then again, looking at Grays and Torreys, 2 of the tallest 14ers in Colorado. Loving the way that that looks. And then you can see there's ample space between you and your neighbors. And the great thing about the reserve in Frisco is that there is tons of open space here, and they kind of try to keep the natural beauty of the area. So there's an architectural review board with guidelines to make sure that everybody's home meets those standards and keeps that natural beauty. You don't have any weird, wonky looking houses. Now, coming into the dining room area, this archway, absolutely insane. Some of the most beautiful logs I've seen in any cabin. And then we come in here, first thing you notice, obviously, this chandelier is absolutely insane. And then we've got this big dining room table, and then these exposed beams up on the vaulted ceilings here, some of the biggest beams that you're probably going to find here in the reserve. Again, another archway leading right into your living area. We've got a little wine cooler here, which I think was a really nice touch by the owners. And then you can see we've got ample space in this living area. Gorgeous wooden floors, vaulted ceilings, beautiful fireplace, stone fireplace. And then we've got windows kind of traversing throughout the space in here for natural light. And then you can see we've got a loft up there, which we'll go check out in just a minute. First, let's go outside. Let's check out the outdoor Again, one of 5 decks. This is number 2. This one is the biggest deck in the house. You can see we've got a commercial sized hot tub right here. We've got tons of seating area. And then we've got this beautiful outdoor gas fireplace, which you don't see very often. Again, a very nice touch, makes it very cozy. And this fireplace roars, and it's great because you can sit out here in the middle of winter and still be able to enjoy the outdoors. And then obviously right behind Stephanie, insane views, looking right at Buffalo, right at Wichita, and right at Mount Royal, with tons of open space back here, separating you from the neighbors and keeping the natural beauty of the area. And so let's go back inside. Now let's go upstairs and check out the primary suites. These posts, super cool. Love how exposed that is. And we come upstairs. As you can see, the stairs aren't walled off, so it keeps a nice open, airy vibe. And then you come up here, first thing you're greeted with actually is your office space here through, I don't know if this was original or not, but I think it's super cool. You've got your own little office space here. This is where you bring your change orders, so by end of day, everything can get done. And then you've got another outdoor deck right here. This one kind of mirroring the front entryway. So again, southwest facing. Then you've got the vaulted ceiling here for a little bit more space. And obviously the noise out here is incredible because you're just hearing nature, birds, the swaying of the leaves in the wind. I'm watching a chipmunk run across the road right now. Great. All right, let's come back inside. And so just behind Stephanie, we've got the guest room, but let's go check out the primary suite first. Now this primary suite, very spacious. What I'm loving about this one specifically is this accent wall with the barn wood. I think it looks so good. And then we've got some windows up on top, exposing natural light from that side of the home. And then obviously over here, we've got even more on our 4th deck. And this deck, probably my favorite personally, because it's right off the primary suite. You can start off your mornings with a cup of coffee, looking right towards Grays and Torreys and the rest of Summit County. And being one of the highest lots in the reserve, you truly feel like a king up here. So that's awesome. And then we come back inside. Now we'll check out the ensuite bathroom. So this is access to your office that I just mentioned before. We've got a big walk-in closet here. So tons of space for you and your partner. And then come into the ensuite bathroom. We've got beautiful granite countertops, bolted ceilings, nice lighting in here. And then we've got this massive tub. This is probably one of the biggest Kohler tubs I think we've seen. And then steam shower here, toilet over here. Everything's situated just perfectly. Obviously windows looking out towards the view, so when you're soaking, you can enjoy that. Then come across the hallway. We head right into our secondary suite here, which is currently set up as a guest room, but you can see ample space to fit more than one bed. Windows looking out towards Mount Royal. We've got another closet over here, and then we've got another ensuite bathroom here. And this one just feels a little bit cozier, but the lighting in here, loving the lighting choices. Yeah, looks fantastic. Okay, now heading downstairs into our cozy lower level. We've got a Jack and Jill bathroom right here, leading into your next guest suite. And then we come over down the hallway here. We've got our last of the guest bedrooms here. Still got great light coming in through the egress windows. And then again, down here is just so cozy. I love the carpet down here. Keeps it nice and warm, especially after a long ski day. But you can see there's ample space down here, and it's open enough to have a big entertainment space, watch the big game, hang out with the family and friends, maybe set up a game room or an exercise room, however you're seeing fit. And then we've got our final patio just out here, a little bit on the smaller side, but it's tucked in between the trees, so it feels very private, which is nice. But you can see people who are down here, they kind of have their own little private oasis away from the rest of the family. Super nice. Okay, before we head upstairs and finish the tour, I just want to mention that we've got a big closet here with mechanicals. So you step in here, mechanicals off to the side here, and then we've got our well pump and then also some more storage underneath the house there, so you can store even more stuff, which is great, especially considering this is going to be a vacation home. For most of you, you definitely want that storage space. And then we'll finish off just beside the kitchen for the entrance of the garage. Come over to this side. We've got mudroom, big closet right here. We've got a nice laundry room here, deep, with beautiful slop sink, by the way, probably the nicest one I've seen in a washer dryer room. And then we've got natural light coming in. And what's beautiful about this is that it's set up right next to the garage. And so we walk into the garage here, as Stephanie almost gets hit by the door. And you can see we've got her Land Cruiser here with tons of space for more storage. It's nice and raised, so you can even have a roof rack or something on top of your truck. And then there's a little cove over there as well with a fridge and even more storage space. But right after the day is over, you come right in here, throw your dirty gear either in the mudroom or right into the washer dryer. Beautifully set up. Okay, now let's talk about, again, the reserve at Frisco. So the reserve is a HOA, and so the main goal is to preserve the natural beauty of the area, as I mentioned before. So everybody has architectural guidelines that they have to abide by. One of the nicest things is that owners cannot park cars on the street, which keeps the roads nice and open, not cluttered. And so it feels just like it's easy to access, easy to breeze through, and you're not looking at people's crap, I guess you could say. They won't allow RV or campers or anything like that in the driveway. If you have them, they have to be covered. And so you're gonna have some kind of building that needs to be approved by the town and the HOA. So no eyesores at all in the reserve. It just feels like you're surrounded by nature. And then the beauty of this location, especially this lot in particular, not only that it is the biggest lot in the reserve, but you're right next to the Frisco bike path, which will take you straight into town or straight to the recreation path, and you can bike, hike, walk the dog all over the county, which is fantastic. And then you can even access hiking right at the base of Mount Royal, going all the way to Peak 1 and the entire 10-mile mountain range. So for those of you who are big ski enthusiasts, backpacking enthusiasts, you have all of that right outside of your front door. And then obviously this lot being one of the higher lots, you actually do get to capitalize on the views, where a lot of the homes in the reserve, a little bit lower, they're not capitalizing on the views as well as this home. If you guys are ready to purchase a cabin just like this one in beautiful Summit County, Colorado, my name is Anthony Soul, a local real estate agent here with Liv Sotheby's International Realty, and I'm ready to help you guys buy your dream vacation home. Or if you're ready to showcase your home to the world, I'm ready to help you sell as well. You can find my information right on the bottom of the screen here. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.